I shut my eyes and hear the trademark ad Astra music resume. A large paw gently pats my shoulder, followed by audible hoof clops on the kitchen floor behind me. I stare up at the unmoving ceiling fan above me. In the dark, everything looks all grainy. It seems like the lights are still on, but the dimmer is so low they might as well not be. Must be a salamander thing. Speaking of, him and Carl aren't here anymore. I tried to recollect how much time has passed since I closed my eyes. It feels like just a minute ago. As I rise to stand, I feel kind of sluggish for some reason, like my legs are still asleep. My face feels kind of numb, too. I always feel worse after taking naps. I'm not really sure I get the appeal of taking them once a day like my mom does. Moving to the nearby window, I squint at my reflection. I look like hell. And who shaved off my goatee? I blink. It's still not there. Not that heavy of a sleeper, so I would have felt someone doing that. I don't think Carl's that cruel, is he? I turn, peering towards Daxton's room. His door is still open. His bed is empty. They left me here? Why? My phone vibrates in my pocket. It's Leo.
I'm coming.
What? I text him back, though I seem to have caught a case of the Flynn. My texting dexterity is awful right now. Everyone left. I think I'm alone at Flynn's now. While I'm at it, I also send a quick text to Carl and Flynn, asking them where they are. A vibrating noise comes from the kitchen after I send Flynn's message. He must have left it when he went out. When I walk into the kitchen, I see the phone propped up against the key bowl on the island countertop that Flynn swatted earlier. The screen's brightness illuminates everything around it with a picture of my face. It's real low resolution, like he cropped and stretched it himself from one of my social media pictures. The photo is from a class trip I took sophomore year to the Carbird Caverns. I'm wearing a hard hat that doesn't fit. The way the phone is propped up, it almost looks like it's on display. It's a weird way to place it. I know I shouldn't snoop through his phone, but if he wants to act all mysterious and dismissive, he's leaving me not much of a choice. Also, someone shaved my goatee off. That warrants enough of an emergency, I guess. I tap the screen and my messages appear. I'm asking him where he is and telling him that everyone left. Tapping back, I see other messages. The rest of them seem to have been deleted. It's from someone named Ryan. He's got no profile picture. The bar is at 33 South Allo Way, off of Hankley and Route 93. Hankley and 93? I think that's by the casino, near the edge of the reservation. Spent most of the day looking at a map of the county, so I think I have a good spatial sense of where it is now. The question is, why did Flynn leave this here with this message on it? It's like he wanted me to find it. He wanted me to follow him. Jesus. Does he think I'm that much of a snoop? Because apparently I am. This time it's my photo that buzzes. Another message from Leo.
Hey.
Huh? I type a quick response. I have to go. Sorry, Leo. I shove my phone back into my pocket and head outside. It's actually nippy out in comparison to the heat of the day. Sheet clouding covers about half the sky above, and there's a tinge of humidity in the air, which is surprising. We usually get less than an inch of rain this time of year. Another text? Leo again.
Are you serious?
I sigh, putting my phone back and getting my keys out. I'll think of something and apologize later. I don't feel nearly as sluggish as I did before, thankfully. Once inside my car, I put the keys into the ignition, enough to keep the inside lights on while I fiddle with the GPS. 33, South Allo Way. Got it! It looks like it'll be about a 22-minute drive, according to this thing.
Dude! Did you get it? Dude!
Yeah, I got dude.
Okay. Where are you going?
I look over. Carl and Daxton are staring at me through the passenger window, with concerned expressions on their faces. Well, a concerned expression on Daxton's face. Carl just looks drunk. What? Where have you guys been? With you. Why the hell did you guys shave my goatee?
Dude, are you like allergic to Havarti or something?
It was actually Gorgonzola. That Havarti Flynn wanted was sketchy. Carl smiles lopsidedly at Daxton.
Dastardly.
What are you... I reach up to grab my chin, feeling the familiar scruff of dark brown hair upon my paw pads. I feel my heart start to thump heavy in my chest. What the hell? Daxton opens the passenger door. You sure you should be driving? You're kind of waking out. No offense. I angle the rear view mirror down towards me. Sure enough, there it is on my chin. I'm sorry, I could have sworn that it was missing earlier. Well, you were sleeping. It could have been a nightmare.
I read about all this stuff online. It's your subconscious playing out your deepest desires.
Carl slurs thumb, looking a mix of dazed and chipper. I don't think so, Carl. But look, are you guys coming with me? I think Flynn wanted us to follow him. Yeah, we saw the message. They did? I don't know. He's kind of a private guy. If we're wrong, he's going to be pissed.
We could think of it like an away mission.
Even in the dark, I can practically feel Daxton cringe. Oh, God, Carl.
I don't know. I'll go with you, but I'll hang back in the car.
I'm still a bit reeling from the whole facial hair fiasco, but the banter is making me feel better. Well, you could be tactical support. This is why I don't usually share my interests with other people.
They nerd out completely.
Carl clambers into the back seat first, nearly toppling over.
Dude, I think yeah. Go on.
Daxton climbs up front, a little tipsy, but he seems to have most of his motor functions intact. Luckily, I don't have any classes on Friday. I squint, trying to peer beyond what is illuminated by my headlights as I drive in the exact middle of the road.
You think that Chase still a little drunk? I think he might be.
Mm-hmm. Driving feels difficult right now. My nerves are kind of fried, tingling beneath my fur. I end up overcorrecting on every slight turn. It doesn't help that this shitty state highway is so meandering and completely devoid of light. Out here, even the main stretches of roads sidewind around hills and mountains. I guess I'm used to Pueblo, where they just flatten or tunnel through everything. My issues right now also might be stemming from the fact that I'm a little inebriated.
Drunk driving order.
Fuck. I used to be so damn hard on Leo whenever he drank and drove. Whenever he drank and drive, now here I am. Maybe I should have brought my meds. Veer right in 1 mile!
Chase.
I loosen my grip on the steering wheel, peering in the rearview mirror and catching a glint of Carl's green eyes looking back at me.
This feels familiar, don't it?
A furrow on my brow. Not sure what he means.
We were both just starting high school.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Carl doesn't respond and a silence follows. He stares at his window with his gaze lulled, his phone sitting idly in his lap. Daxton's looking curiously at us now, though when neither of us speaks up, he goes back to picking at the plant print on his shirt. I feel kind of like I'm sneaking out to go to a party or something. He looks over at me with a slight smile. Well, we might be.
We're gonna arrive at this address and find Flynn in a gimp suit surrounded by a warehouse full of rubber ducks.
Carl lets out a quiet rumble of a snicker.
I don't get it.
Just a gimp suit and then just something random. He just came up with the most absurd thing that he could. Just like an absurd mental
Carl.
image.
Yeah, man. This is all real familiar.
We pass the flat concrete pad where an old gas station once stood. Again, I think Carl is about to speak, but he says nothing. I don't get out much, you know? Around here, there's not much to get out to. Salamander rolls his shoulders, then shakes his head. I could always try to pay it, and I've got a scooter. It just doesn't feel worth it, you know? I mean, it's not gas or monetary reasons. It just isn't comfortable to be away from home. I've got basically everything I need. And I've got that Prime delivery account that drops off groceries on my doorstep. It's weird how easy it is to feel like that's normal. Surround myself with TV, books, and video games, and the fact that I'm alone in the middle of the desert doesn't even affect me. You got Flynn for company, don't you? We keep to our separate sides of the houses, usually. Sometimes almost a whole week goes by without me actually seeing him.
There's always the internet, dude. You got online friends and all that stuff for gaming, right?
Daxton adjusts his seat, giving himself some more legroom. I post on a fan forum pretty regularly. I'm a moderator.
Let me guess. For
At Astra, yep.
Give me your phone.
Daxton blinks. What? Carl makes a grabby motion with his paw towards Daxton.
Just give me it for for 1 sec.
Daxton clutches his cell to his chest, looking uneasy towards the drunken ram.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna go through your messages or nudie pics. Who do you think I am? Chase?
That one stings a bit. Ass. Daxton slowly relents, keeping close eye on Carl as he gives him his phone. He taps at it in silence for about 15 seconds before passing it back.
There, you got me in your contacts. I also put my username for games and stuff if you ever want to play together on PC.
Oh, thanks. Salamander quickly checks the screen before looking back to Carl. I'll send you a message or something when I get home, if you ever want the game. Or if I need a hookup with some ice cream. Carl makes a flubbering noise with his mouth.
Ice cream boy at your service, dudes, man. Yeah, service.
Daxton titters some, shaking his head. I was just kidding with the last part. I wouldn't ever do that. I mean, you must get sick of hearing that all the time. Carl shakes his head, even after he begins speaking.
No, it's... I don't, tell people that shit very often because it's awk, you know? Though, I totally will hook you up. I used to do that for Flynn and Leo, but then Flynn went on his whole health food bullshit. And Leo, I don't know, he stopped asking.
Veer right. My arm stiffens as I swerve onto the off-ramp, with more gusto than I meant. I feel the other's eyes on me as I try to act casual. Looks like this is it up ahead. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? This isn't the reservation yet, right? I look towards the horizon. I can just make out the familiar glint of the Blue Diamond Casino past one of the rolling hills. Everything out here is the middle of nowhere, but no. The reservation is on the other side of the casino. Do you guys ever go there? No, I'm not much for gambling.
I bet gun skins on ranked matches online sometimes. Oh wait. I bet gun skins on ranked matches online sometimes. That place is mainly for really old people packed in their RVs. Flynn and I were talking about it the other day. They paint the ceilings all blue sky colored. Don't display any clocks and simulate sunlight inside. Trick the seniors into staying longer.
That's missed.
Capitalism at its finest, dude, man.
Is that my nickname now?
What?
Dude, man.
It sounds like Daxton.
Most people default to Dax. Your destination is ahead in 400 yards. Carl seems like he's about to say something, but quiets as we all see our destination. Oh, jeez. I turn off the road, the loosely packed gravel seeming to scatter under my tires. We're here. It's a long red building. The exterior is mostly dilapidated. The wood siding falling apart in places. I can see only 2 windows, both of which have colored construction paper blocking the view inside. There's no signage indicating what the hell the name of this place is supposed to be. Well, at least none right now. It looks like there is some broken neon lettering along the roof's edge, but I can't make out anything legible from it. There's about a half-dozen cars parked behind the building. Flynn's truck is the only one out front. He's here for sure. The salamander reaches into his pocket, and to my surprise, he pulls out Flynn's phone. When did you grab that? Flynn. Daxton cocks his head at me, holding up the phone. Right after we looked at it? I rubbed my forehead. Were Daxton and Carl really inside the house with me earlier, and I just didn't notice them? You okay, Chase? Nervous about talking to Flynn?
Just pretend he's in his underwear. Then intimidate him with your erection until he's no longer mad at us for stalking.
For stalking him. The ram nods sagely, giving me a bit of a serene look. I stare back at him.
That's how the gays work. I read it on the blog site.
He holds up his phone.
The one with all the gays.
I feel myself smirking a little. I'm fine, guys. Just had a weird nap earlier. Still getting my brain unfuzzed.
Cool, but,
Carl looks back towards the building.
I'm still gonna chill here in the car.
He clears his throat, sitting more upright.
Tactical support.
Daxton covers his face with his dark hands.
Cadet Hunter and Lieutenant Daxton, prepare to beam out.
Thanks, Captain Carl. Make sure to scan for life signs and report any anomalies. Oh, God! Daxton exits the car with embarrassment.
Oh no, man! Lieutenant Daxton beamed out too early. His particles are destabilizing!
Jesus. I hear enough of this. Stop moderating the roleplay subforums. I don't need to hear them IRL. He walks up to one of the front windows, seeming to try and peer inside through one of the gaps in the construction paper. I open the door, about to head out, when I feel Carl's paw on my shoulder.
Hey, man.
I blink some, looking back at him. The parking lot's light overhead gives his fur a sort of orangey appearance, and his eyes look blue.
You've been, really quiet tonight. I know I haven't been around you in 2 years, but you're still acting, weird from what I remember.
Carl.
Just don't worry, okay?
He looks to the building.
You know how he gets, but overall, Flynn's cool.
He leans back in his seat, pulling up his phone. The illuminating blue glow of the screen replaces the faint orange of the streetlight.
Just don't tell him I said that.
I exhale, smiling despite myself. All right, Carl. I turn around, pausing. I know you have your interview, but we should talk later. Catch up properly.
You know it, man.
And I'm glad you're getting on well with Daxton. Truly. I see him grinning in the rearview mirror.
It's weird. He's like someone I'd meet online, but like in real life, you know?
I'm not sure I follow.
Don't worry about it. They'll get murdered in there.
I smirk dryly. I'll try not to. I step out and nearly close the door on my tail. I must have been more distracted than I thought. Seeing Daxton against the side of the building, I can't help but think he looks downright eerie. He doesn't have scales like Flynn, so he's just this rubbery black color that blends into the shadows, as specious as that sounds. When he turns towards me, his eyes stick out like headlights in the night. Hey, Jace, check this out. He beckons me over towards a small metal sheet by the door. I step closer. Some words are engraved in the front. So you've heard of us. A winking smiley face is pictured below the text. What the hell? I know, right? He moves towards the door, his thick tail flicking in an anticipatory sway behind him. I'm surprised he can control that thing. Watch it be locked. Might as well try. After you, Lieutenant. Don't start. He grasps the handle. The door opens with ease. Daxton looks over at me once more and we step inside. The smell of decades worth of cigarette smoke and dust hits my nose instantly. Daxton coughs, trying to muffle himself as we see the shadows of various patrons throughout the dimly lit bar. Everything near the counter is illuminated up with a sort of green tinge, while the rest of the establishment has red lighting. In places it does have lighting. I've never been inside a restaurant or bar this dark before. The walls are mainly decorated with faded 1950s beer advertisements, and a mounted CRT monitor near the entrance looks to be streaming an old cricket match. I don't see any bartenders or waiters. Nobody is behind the bar. Huh? Daxton half speaks, half whispers. Huh? Maybe we should take a seat, so it doesn't look like we're gawking. Yeah, good idea. We move towards the closest table to the entrance. The location leaves us completely enshrouded in darkness. I mean, I'm completely bright and everybody can see me, but Daxton, he's just two blue eyes in the darkness. There's a lamp above us, but it looks broken. The copper wiring hanging out where the bulb is supposed to go. I haven't seen Flynn yet, have you? It's hard to see in here. I sort of assumed salamanders had better night vision. No, not yet. Squinting, I try to get my eyes to adjust to the darkness. Two large figures get up from their bar stools and head over towards the pool table, each grabbing a cue. They both appear to be equine, middle-aged and male, decked out in polo shirts and slacks. The two wouldn't look out of place in a country club greenway, but here they stand out something fierce. I hate to break this to Chase, but he's probably just stumbled into a gay bar and doesn't know it. It might be called the Stud or the Eagle. I realize that there is I realize that there is a much smaller person behind them, a Finnic girl with big, lengthy head fur that goes down to her shoulders. One of them, the one in the teal polo with a beer gut, sets out a rack of pool balls on the table. The other horse with a red polo and graying muzzle fur speaks up, shaking his head and pointing towards the balls in the triangle. I can't make out everything, but it sounds like he's insisting that the 8-ball always goes on top. The teal-shirted one lets out a dismissive noise, making a point of placing the 8-ball somewhere in the center of the rack. I feel my phone buzz in my pocket. Quickly reaching down, I checked a message. It's from Leo.
We're all gonna hang out at your hood tomorrow at 2. Would be good if you came.
I sigh. That same welling of guilt takes hold in my chest, like stones in my ribcage. More texts from the evil X? I glance up at Daxton in surprise. Salamander having turned to face me. Again, I'm wrought with how fucking eerie his bright eyes. Again, I'm wrought with how fucking eerie his bright eyes sticking out in the blackness and staring right at me is. He's not evil. You folk all get super angsty every time he texts you. Like, an ex is just that, an ex. You don't got to worry about them anymore. Daxton crosses his forearms and rests them on the table for a moment before hastily pulling them back. He grimaces, wiping his arms on the fabric of his shirt. Looking down, I can see that it's been a while since the surface table has been properly wiped down. There's no napkins in sight either. I peer at the message again, trying to think of what to say in response. Well, circumstances are kind of different here. He's been one of my closest friends since I was really young, and when I left town for college, we never actually broke up. Oh. Skin on his face pulls tighter, though I can't make out what expression he's making. So he's not actually your ex then? We haven't been together for 3 years. Hell, before this trip, I hadn't even spoken to him at all in at least 12 months. It's not exactly true at all. It's not exactly true at all, now is it? The heavy feeling in my chest grows stronger. Look, I don't have time to go over the past 15 years of our relationship. He holds up the flat of his rubbery palms. Sorry, just trying to get to know you and all. He turns back around, smooth. Smooth, Jace. I take back my reply to Leo. I'll be there. Until I cancel again. Don't you worry.
Still not going to formally break out with you.
Nope. The sound of bellied laughter comes from the pool table. The sound of belly laughter from the pool table catches my attention. The red poloed equine slaps the back of the smaller fennec, who looks to have just made a pretty nice shot. Her head fur flutters in front of her face, and then slips right off, falling on the pool table. A wig. I realize now that the fennec isn't actually a girl at all, at least not physically. Daxton saw it as well, and we exchange a brief glance. The two men don't seem to pay much mind outside of a brief chuckle. Behind them, a red light flicks on, and another group becomes visible at the table to their rear. Is a 30-something German shepherd with a pompadour, cut head fur, and a black muscle shirt stretched taut over his large chest. He's watching the billiards game intently. His arm is around the back of the seat next to him, and in that seat is Flynn, staring right at me. Fuck. God, how long has he been there? Could he see us the whole time? Daxton sees him too, Salamander forcing a toothy smile and waving at his roommate from across the bar. It's one of those humongous, huge waves too, where you stick your hand all the way out above your head and wave it back and forth. Hi, it's me!
Look at me!
Hey!
Look at me! Look at me! I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me!
Pulls his other arm up and waves them both around look at me! Flynn doesn't wave back. He just keeps staring.